Well, are you on the brink of losing your home and wondering what your options are? One company could help you through this tough time, and Joseph Irons with Rock Real Estate Investments is here to tell you how. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Joseph. Thank you so much. A lot of people are going to be tuning in, especially to this one segment, because a lot of people are going through this problem right now. Tell us about Rock Real Estate Investments.
We're an investment company here in San Antonio that invests locally and in the surrounding areas as well as nationwide. We buy houses that people are a little bit upside down on their equity or facing foreclosures, divorce, medical issues, different things like that.
People are still hit hard by the housing market.
Yes.
Yes, and in some ways, has it picked up a little bit here in this area here?
Well, San Antonio is a flat market, but we're still experiencing some difficulties. Military people are moving out, rotating in and out, buying their houses, only living in it for a short time, not having a whole lot of equity in their house. So when they go to sell, they're upside down. Then obviously, the job market, people losing their jobs, having a hard time trying to find a job. Those things are still affecting people and they're causing foreclosures. Okay,
so flat market, you say, right about now. But let's talk about this, because there are a lot of ways that you can help our viewers. And how are these services? How can you help us?
Well, there's different ways that we can help. If a homeowner is facing foreclosure and it's just a temporary situation, then I can give them tips and tricks that will help stop the foreclosure process, maybe even allow them to stay in their home. In the worst case scenario, the last thing that I ever want to do is try and go in and boot somebody out of their house, because I want to create a win-win situation. And so when they're facing foreclosure, the last thing that I want them to do is try and buy their house. It'll either be cash or on terms.
Okay, that's the last thing you say.
Right.
And sometimes people do go for that, but if it's the last resort.
A lot of times people are stressed out and they're just done and they want to be over with it. And so, a lot of times the last case scenario is the first case scenario, and they'll say just take it over.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some examples, because you have helped many clients here in town. And so tell us about this house here.
This house is in Stone Oak. The homeowners, particularly here, had a little bit of equity. They had two houses in the Stone Oak area. They were getting married and they wanted to have one house to start over with. And so they didn't need two houses, so I took them over on a payment program. I call it Takeover Repayments Program. And I was able to put an Iraqi war veteran into this house who was a little bit short of qualifying for a VA loan. He was probably about 40, 50 points shy of qualifying for one. So I was able to owner finance this house in his name into this property. Okay, let's take a look at the next picture. And this here. This is an example of the fact that I'll pretty much buy anything. I'll consider buying any type of property, good, bad, or ugly, doesn't matter to me. It could be boarded up, vacant. I'll look at anything and the possibilities that I may end up purchasing it. A lot of times homeowners who own this property either have inherited the property and just don't know what to do with it. Right. And then you may come in and go ahead and buy that from them. Buy it, rehab it. Yeah, there are a lot of different things that I could do with this property.
All right, let's take a look at one more picture and tell us about this property here.
Believe it or not, this property used to look like the prior picture of the other property. It did. I bought this property. It was in the middle of being rehabbed, and the other investor ran out of money, and I ended up picking it up from the bank under a bank foreclosure, what they call a REO, bank-owned property, and I rehabbed this property, and now I'm currently selling it cash, or I can owner finance this property. This one is on over by Medina Base Road, the west side.
Okay, so for anybody who's watching saying, you know what, I may be looking for some property, and you're willing to also help them as well.
Correct. I will either rent them a house or owner finance a house. The first thing that I want to try and do is make people homeowners, because there's so many benefits of owning a house, and you really shouldn't be throwing away money on rent. I will consider any case. It doesn't matter if you have blemishes on your record or not. I mean, everybody's had a few bumps in the road, but as long as you can make the payments and you can afford the monthly payments, it's not going to take food off the table, then I'll finance you.
Right, because a lot of people are wondering, what are my options? And so, of course, you have some answers for them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give the folks at home some information about Rock Real Estate Investments. There it is. There's the website, 7dayclose.net, plus belowmarkethousedeals.com and bankfreefinancing.com. People can log on to these websites?
Absolutely. Log on. Below Market House Deals, you'll see some examples of some houses. 7 Day Close is really the site where you'll contact me to where I can purchase your house, and then you can obviously call me.
All right, 210-399-ROCK. That's 210-399-7625. Joseph, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, after the break, catch up on the highlights and see what you can look forward to on Great Day SA. We'll be right back.